Hey, what's up, guys? I'm your host, James, and this is
Geoff.
And welcome back to the Most Improved Podcast, Episode 2. Today, we're going to be talking about the NBA award races, the playoffs, and then I think you have like trivia at the end.
Yeah, we
right?
got some trivia, some fun stuff at the end of the video.
Yeah, definitely. So let's get right into it. First, do you want to talk about the awards?
Yeah, so starting off, I think Defensive Player of the Year was like the first award actually shown, which is so stupid.
Yeah.
I don't even know like where to actually watch whenever the like awards are awarded or whenever they're
with all the streaming services, it's like, where do you even, I guess they announce on like Twitter and Instagram but it's just so random.
Yeah, but I see it from Shams first before I even see like where it is. I don't know. It's unexpected. They really should have like a whole night devoted to it or something like that. Maybe not that crazy, but not where everyone's in person. But anyway, first off was Defensive Player of the Year. The right person got it. Wembanyama, of course. He's averaging like 3 blocks a game, and really it's more about how he affects the shooters. And not the shooters, affects the driving. So like players are just passing out because they're going to get blocked by Wemby. So he's just such a force in the middle. Makes sense. Chet was second. Chet definitely did his thing this year, but Wemby's just another level defender. And I don't know if you'll agree, but you should.
Yeah, I don't think it should have been unanimous. If you look at some other awards and how I think there was a bigger gap in some other awards than there was first to second in Defensive Player of the Year. I think this is just me, but I don't think the first unanimous Defensive Player of the Year should go to a third-ranked defense. But hey, that's just me.
Yeah, but he brings up all the other players that are not as good at defense as him. You know what I mean? Like he brings it to the third ranked. So it's like him mainly bringing it to the third ranked defense.
They have good defenders though. They got like Stephen Castle's gonna make an all defensive team. I guarantee he's at least making second team.
Yeah, I mean it's probably it though.
De'Aaron Fox is pretty good.
He's all right.
He's pretty good. He's a solid defender.
He's quick, but like it's not gonna help that crazy. I don't know. It's not that insane.
Keldon Johnson, Vassell, they're both solid defenders. But yeah, whatever. I'm okay with him getting it, to be honest. I just think like a couple votes should have gone to Chet, and that's really it. I don't think anyone else should have even gotten consideration for first place.
Yeah, no.
But that's Depoy. Whatever. I probably would have voted for 1B too. I would have had to think a little bit just because of on-ball defense, but that's it. But then what else came out? We had
six man of the year.
This one was despicable.
Yeah, this is stupid.
Yeah, I'll go on this first. 6 man of the year. It went to Keldon Johnson over Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jaime, I would have personally voted for Jaime, and I think
of course.
I mean,
obviously
you got the hat, but even without that, I'm unbiased as well, and I just think that Jaime easily he had more points. He had more points, assists, blocks, steals, higher field goal percentage, more minutes played. He just did so much more on the court.
Just everything. It's like who plays the best off the bench. That's the stat.
Exactly.
And that's what it should be cut at. Whereas like I don't know. I mean, we still had like 43 games we being the Miami Heat. Still had we won 43 games, 42 games this season. Like that's pretty damn good. Just the fact that there were so many decent to good East teams just kind of brought us to the 10 seed. But I don't know. Keldon Johnson, he did his thing this year, and the Spurs were really good. So I mean, I'm not devastated over it as a Heat fan. It's not the biggest thing, but it's just annoying. I think Jaime should have gotten it. He put in work this year and jumped in how good he was, especially at the beginning of the year. If he kept that pace up, it would have been awesome. But
it's bad though.
Still 15-5.
The only reason it's bad, in my opinion, is because the stats all go to Jaime, and then the play-in. Jaime actually didn't even play bad in the play-in, and we had people like Bill Simmons switching their vote in the play-in for a regular season award. And I know we're talking about 6-man a decent amount, but and it's not that big of a deal. But it's bad structurally when we have people just completely switching from their vote from a pointless like play-in game that has nothing to do with the actual award itself.
Yeah,
It's
because
brutal.
all these are regular season awards.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do in the playoffs. The MVP is whoever it's going to be, whoever performed best in the regular season. But
There should just be a cutoff right at the end of the season. You get 1 day to decide, and then send in your votes.
yeah,
That's
the
it.
Luca appeal screwed that though. The Luca and Cade appeals and
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards who got declined. But yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, rip him. But
I don't even get it. How they should it should just be strict 65 games if you're gonna do it. But that's that. And then I think that was
Clutch-
the only
clutch
award.
player.
Clutch player.
So this is what I don't like. How is when the clutch player? Okay, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander won it. My vote was Shea.
Yeah, mine would have been Shea.
Yeah, he hit like 6 game winners.
Just that Nuggets game winner.
He had 3 games in a row that was like the game winner on the Draymond in the Warriors, the game winner against the Knicks, and then the game winner against who is it, the Nuggets? Yeah. Like 3 in a row. I thought that completely solidified it. He's also played in like I think it's like almost half the fourth quarters this year that were available to him, and he had the most clutch time points by a wide margin. So I just don't see how this is what I'm saying, where I was saying defensive player of the year, there's a smaller gap between Wemby and Chet in defensive player of the year versus Shea and whoever came in second. What was it? Jamal Murray, I think.
Wow.
I think it was Jamal Murray who was second in what do you call it, clutch player of the year. And I just don't see how you could vote for other people besides Shea. I don't see it. And how Jokic got any votes when they're a poor performing clutch time team.
Yeah, it's one of those things that like I feel like all those people on the list are not even watching all the games.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like floating around until the end of the season. Their name's in there, so they feel happy about it. But if you were watching the season, obviously Shea deserved it. And I mean, I guess if someone likes it game winner more, maybe they'll sway their voting, but it's like whatever.
Yeah, I just don't see how Jokic got 2 votes for the game winner or clutch player of the year, and I can't recall a game winner he hit, and he also isn't their clutch player. Jamal Murray takes all the clutch shots on the team.
Yeah, it's from people not watching.
Yeah, that's insane. But anyway, so that's the awards that's the awards that have already been released. What left? We got Coach of the Year. We have MVP. We have
MVP Coach of the Year. I mean, I think that's it. We don't have to go crazy about it.
Most improved.
Most
improved.
Oh yeah, most improved.
Yeah, we're getting better every week. Again, remember now this week our mics got a lot better.
Exactly.
You can tell. Yeah.
You can hear us much better, and the setup's a little cleaner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're working. We're improving every episode.
Exactly.
So for the most improved player, I forget who's even on the ballot, honestly.
Most improved player, I think it's a runaway, Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Oh yeah.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker went from a Timberwolves like bench player last year, and he started some games, but he's just actually turned into like a great player on. If you look at the second half of the season, like a top 6 NBA team record wise, they're not, I don't think they're a top 6 NBA team, but record wise, they played phenomenal. And Naw just had an insane last half of the year, just bringing up his averages. He averaged like 20 points per game and like, I don't know, like 4 and 4 or something like that. But I think he was easily first. Second, maybe Duren.
Duren and then Denny Advia.
Yeah, I think Duren's definitely second.
I'd probably give it to Duren too. And I knew that Nickeil Alexander-Walker signing was going to be huge for Atlanta. In the beginning of the year, nobody was talking about it. And then, I mean, they started winning in the second half. But they're just insane right now. And then also, I mean, it's a big part to his defense, and his offense went up like in a great margin. So he's the most improved player this year, probably. We'll see.
I think that's pretty easy, to be honest. And then that's most improved. And then
let's go to Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Let's keep this kind of brief. I think it's gonna be Joe Mazzulla. I just think he deserves it, and I hate the Celtics, so that's saying a lot. But I think he'll deserve it with Tatum down, and then even though Tatum's not the best. But with Tatum down and Brown as his like best player, and then they traded away a couple of their key players. And they got to 56 wins, second in the East. He deserves it. Bickerstaff, pretty close. I mean, if Missoula's gets 70% of the votes, I think Bickerstaff should get the 30. You know what I mean? Obviously, or something like that. Like I think it's like 70-30.
Yeah.
But
I think it's easily Missoula as well. Missoula is just they won 56% of the games without their best player.
yeah.
Tatum played in like 20% of the games this year, and they did make a midseason trade to Anthony Simons for Vucevic, and they played great. They didn't skip a beat there. So that just shows that he has a consistent method of winning. It doesn't really matter who's on the Celtics. They're going to shoot a ton of threes and play great defense, and they're going to win games. You saw at the end of the year with them against the Magic, they were having like Baylor Shireman had like 30 points. So it's just Joe Mazzulla's, Joe Mazzulla's system leads them, and he's getting coach of the year probably. Yeah. But yeah, and then lastly, it's like MVP, right? That's just it.
So
yeah, go ahead.
So my MVP vote is Shea, definitely by far. So I know Victor Wembanyama, he was making noise that 1 week. That was just BS. It was funny, like I wanted it to just be a thing because it would have been funny. But he didn't. He wasn't as consistent or played enough in these games. Like he plays under 30 minutes per game. Yeah. I think once he's like 33 to 35 minutes per game, he'll probably get one. But Shea's just shooting like 55% from the field. He's nasty, and I mean he was clutch player of the year as well. So he's clutch. So it kind of just made the most sense. He's having an unreal season.
Yeah, I think you pair insane stats with like again more into stats, just like crazy efficiency. You have your team wins, you play defense, you close the games. Like there's not a box that Shea doesn't check, and he played most of the games. He played like 67 games, 68, something like that. And yeah, so I would have had it Shea won for sure. I would have had a decent gap in between, but then I would have had Jokic 2. Then I would have had Luka won the appeal, so I would have had Luka 3rd and Wembanyama 4th. I think the Wemby, this is what I was saying earlier too. I think the Wemby, like they go post game and they talk and they cry about wanting to win these awards, him and Keldon Johnson. And you see the next day, if you go on any sports betting website, the odds just sway so much over just because of the great PR San Antonio has. That's why Keldon Johnson won over Jaime, because he begged for it on TV. And then Wemby begged for a post game, and he's going to lose it because he just was not the most improved player, and Jokic dominated him in that one game. But and then they lost the final game and he didn't play. But
that one Jokic game kind of killed it for Wemby week at that point.
just ended it.
But those are the MVP. He's the MVP, Shea. That's pretty much as simple as it gets.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now, do you want to move on to what's going on in the NBA? Actually, like the playoffs.
Like playoffs. Yeah. Definitely.
So opening up, we'll talk a little bit about the Knicks-Hawks series. We just saw Game 3. So, I mean, damn. Like, the Hawks, like I was saying, I kind of wish I switched to the Hawks, but I have Knicks in 7. I'm not feeling too good about it. But the Hawks close another close one out. CJ McCollum hits a game winner with like 12 seconds left, and they didn't even get a shot up at the end. Like, the Knicks, they just threw Brunson like cut to the side, and then he turned it over. The ball. Turned it over.
Yeah. No, sad. Yeah. At this point, I thought the Knicks were gonna win in 6. I picked them in 6. They still could.
Yeah.
I think it's looking rough for my pick. I do think they can rattle off the next 3 wins. They were up the whole time in Game 2. They just had a horrible fourth quarter. I don't know what's been going on with Mikal, but like the second half of the second game and then this whole game.
He had 0 points.
He didn't even score. He played like complete ass. But it was terrible. But I think that they can find. And they dropped 5 picks on Mikal. How are they having trouble guarding CJ McCollum? He's supposed to be a defensive stopper. It doesn't make any sense, but hey, whatever. It's their trade, not my team's.
They just keep finding like Brunson everywhere and then playing on him and scoring the ball.
They're killing Brunson. They're just picking on him, and he's playing terrible on offense because he's already tired from getting ran through on defense. And so
I wish I picked Hawks in 7. That's all I'm saying.
I still got Knicks in 6. I still have confidence. I think there's a world where they rattle off the next 3 wins, and they've looked like the better team most of the series. It's just at the end they've been losing. So I don't know.
Anyway, on to the next series. Cavs.
Raptors.
Cavs Raptors. Yeah, we just watched game 3 as well. I only watched like the end of the third and the fourth quarter. That guy Battle hit 4 threes in a row. I was like, I literally like I don't know, it was like across like 6 minutes of gameplay. But I'm just like, he comes in, he's a lefty, so the form looks a little nicer, but he's just like absolutely draining them. And I don't know, that one, I knew the first two, the Cavs were gonna beat them pretty easily, and then the Raptors were gonna come back. I think I forget what I said, but I think it was something like I don't know, they'll win the first two, then the second one, well, then the third one, something like that.
Whatever, yeah.
Whatever, but.
Yeah, no,
But he hates that when I start talking about the individual games.
Yeah, he always tries to pick games. I'm like, it doesn't just pick the series.
Yeah, game 4. I think the Raptors are actually going to steal that too, though. But the series has been good so far. It's been decent.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's the best.
It's been blowouts in all
5 out of 10.
It's been. Yeah, maybe. It's been blowouts in like all 3 games.
Game 3 was fun.
Yeah, first 2 games, like Harden and Mitchell took care of business. Harden actually looked like a playoff riser instead of a playoff faller this time, which was pretty nice for him. Good for his overall career, because this is his last chance at being like a main focal point on a team to possibly win the championship. So he's got to have a good playoffs. But besides that, though, tonight, Scotty Barnes and RJ just threw up 33 apiece. Both efficient, like they were crazy. Scotty had like 10 or 11 assists. He played great. It's easy to get 11 assists too when like everyone's hitting their threes. They just nonstop rain threes on the Raptors. They didn't even like out rebound or anything. They just committed less turnovers and had way more or a higher percentage of threes hit. And they actually shot 57% from free throw, and they still blew them out. So if they hit their free throws, they would have been up like 30, 40. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty, I don't know. I think it's still Cavs in 6.
Yeah, me too. I got Cavs
right?
6. But then next series, we got what we got? Magic and the Pistons. This guy interesting. The what do you call it? The Magic came out swinging game 1. Looked like the more physical team. They looked, which is crazy to say because the Pistons have been doing that to people all year. Duran kind of got overwhelmed by Wendell Carter Jr. and just got pretty dominated. He had single with like 9 points and 7 rebounds or something. But this game 2 though, he played better. He bounced back. He didn't have like some insane stat line or anything. But Cade did all he could do in game 1. Game 2, they just
he killed it.
Yeah, the second half they just blew him out.
And the Pistons, I feel like, just had a little fraud check, and they passed it so far with this win. But I think they're gonna win game 3 and 4 actually as well in Orlando. And the Pistons just beat the crap out of the Magic in the whole second half of the second game 2. And I mean, it's super low scoring. That was the lowest points the Magic have scored in all season.
Yeah, no.
Have scored.
Yeah,
all season. Yeah, scoring.
The thing I'm saying though is I don't know. I picked it, what do you call it, Pistons in 5, and the problem I'm having right now is I like remembered that the Magic before the year were supposed to win, like they were supposed to be like the 3rd seed or something, and they're actually, if you look like on paper, they look like the more talented team. It like just throughout their roster. Like Desmond Bane's insane. Paulo and Franz are both, they should be really good. Like before the season started, if you just picked who would win in a series, it'd be a toss-up or people would probably have edged towards the Magic.
Yeah, but after seeing how like the Pistons play with each other, they're just so much cleaner. They take care of the ball better, and they match up with the Magic pretty well. I mean, they're both super physical teams. But yeah, I still have the Pistons in 6.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
I picked Pistons 5. I hate that pick. That pick's not working.
Yeah, I just thought 6 would be correct because they're still like younger and stuff. But
no, you're gonna be
anyway.
Right.
On to the next series.
Sixers Celtics.
Yeah, Sixers Celtics. I didn't really watch game 2, but obviously first game Celtics blow out the Sixers. That was probably going to happen. No Embiid. They're just going to murder him. And then game 2, the most unexpected game of the weekend, I think.
Yeah.
It was
that was crazy.
That was crazy. I was working at the time, so I look at the score of the app. I see the Sixers are in the 4th, up by 10. I'm like, what the? I'm like, what the hell? And I'm freaking out. I was like in the office with customers. I'm pumped. But yeah, Sixers beat them pretty handily.
Yeah, and that freaking, what do you call it? That crossover was insane. Maxi's crossover into the three, that was wild. But what do you call it? It's crazy because like the worst player on the Celtics so far in the postseason is actually one of my favorite Celtics in Derek White. He's been shooting like 30% from the field. He shot sub 40% from the field in the regular season, so that was already bad. But in the playoffs, he's been like horrible. I think he shot 3 of 12 this game, and that just was not good at all.
Yeah, it's not good.
They're having trouble guarding Maxey. He should be the one to probably guard Maxey, and Maxey's just a beast. Edgecombe played insane. Winked at the camera, had like 30 points or something.
He cooked that game.
Yeah, VJ's an animal, but yeah, honestly, Rookie of the Year is the one more award we didn't even talk about. Yeah, no, I think. Oh shit, that's actually a good debate too. I would have had Khan, Cooper Flag, then VJ third for regular season Rookie of the Year. Real quick, y'all just give yours.
Yeah, I switched at the end. I have Cooper Flag, then Con Knipple, then VJ Edgecombe. And yeah, Cooper Flag just like he had like 50 points, 40 points, 40 points. Like it just comes to a point where it's like Rookie of the Year is not about the play like the playoffs anyway. Oh my gosh, sorry.
No, the play-in and
the play-in or playoffs.
Team record,
I just think like he just went crazy at the end of the year. So
yeah, I don't know, but anyway, it's all good. I think I would have just probably had Khan because he was a vital factor in the team that like actually won a lot of games.
I'm gonna go get Diet Coke. Keep going with that, pod. You got this.
All right, let's go over to the freaking Western Conference because that's all of the East teams. Let's go my team. I'll go my team. You got Thunder Suns, and there's been quite a lot of bitching coming out of the Suns. After the Game 2 win, they were Jalen Green complained after the first game, and we blew him out. We killed him the first game, and then he complained like crazy. And then the Game 2, oh my God, Devin Booker's out here crying, and with the most hypocritical like what do you call it? Critiques ever of the refs. Because if you watch, there's like I could give you a few good minutes of just from game 1 and 2, Devin Booker just drawing fouls at complete foul baits, and it's ridiculous. So anyway, I don't know. Thunder, we blew them out. There's a game 2, we won game 2. It was gonna be a blowout, but then Dylan Brooks turned into like prime LeBron and went crazy, and it was like 120-107. We won by 13. I think it's just going to be a sweep at this point. I think we're just much more talented, unfortunately, and I want to cry. Freaking J-Dub hurt his left hamstring. It's not the hamstring that he had previously missed a ton of games for this season, but he hurt it. It was a grade 1. He'll be out. I say sit him until we hit the Western Conference Finals. Please let us hit that, get to there. But we're going to play Suns. We should just close them out, even without J-Dub in game 4 at Phoenix. Yeah. We should close them out, and then we should at least. And then we play Lakers probably, and yeah, I hope we win that and get to the Western Conference Finals, and J-Dub comes back, and it's all beautiful. But anyway, we should win in 4 against the Suns.
Yeah, they're probably going to sweep them at this point. And, I mean, the Suns have a little right to be mad. I don't think that pump fake Devin Booker, like, jump shot, close range jump shot was a foul, but it wasn't the end of the world. They lost by 13 either way. I think the Thunder... And it was like a bad 13, not a good 13. So
yeah, they brought it back at the end. It's not like they were like within 10 and they just like got closed out.
So it's kind of like, all right, whatever. They're probably gonna get swept anyway.
Yeah, the talent's just too different. But then like Lakers Rockets, that's been crazy.
Yeah,
because what do you call it?
The difference of talent, but the Lakers are actually winning. So I mean, talent only gets you so far. They're not playing well with each other. The Rockets. Like Kevin Durant, I mean, you could tell he's injured, definitely. He just looks off. I mean, the second half was horrible, but it's just like you could tell he's not the best, like playing the best because he's injured.
Not playing the no. The problem with that is
he only had one game.
No, but the problem with that is though, like, okay, sure, he hurt his knee maybe, like in practice. I heard like the story is he dove after a ball in practice. When the hell does Kevin Durant ever dive after balls, let alone dive after one in practice? That's insane.
He was feeling it that day.
Yeah, feeling some swelling of his knee. But what do you call it? But he literally, there's no excuse for the 9 turnovers. He had nine
Yeah.
turnovers. He could not pass out of a double team. Thank God for him. Steph Curry saved his career, and he never got double teamed once in Golden State because he would have no hardware at all. So he literally just could not pass out of a double team. They don't have a point guard. That's their biggest problem. Like you see, I think I saw this on TV, but you see CJ McCollum like going crazy, and how do they not pick up him or Trae Young or something?
Especially when they're going for it this year.
Yeah. And you lose Steven Adams and Fred VanVleet. It's not the end of the world if you could just replace Fred VanVleet with a nice point guard. But they also don't play Reed Shepherd. I think he had like 10 minutes in game 2.
Reed's like,
he missed his shots, but like when he's getting 10 minutes and you're a shooter, it's just inconsistent. He doesn't have the confidence of the coach. He knows he's going to get ripped out the game if he misses a few shots. So I just think Ime, and he was streaky with Reed Shepherd's minutes all year. I think he's just got to play him like 30 minutes a night, just throw him out there, and that's the only shot they have because they don't have enough shooting to beat the Lakers.
Yeah, no shot.
Yeah, no. And LeBron's playing really well, and Luke Kennard is going crazy.
LeBron's beating everyone in this series. He's like the best player by far. So. And yeah, apparently Austin Reeves is supposed to come back game 3.
Possibly.
Game 4,
I don't think he's
like
coming
that.
back
So
game 3.
if he does, they're definitely going to win the series. Right now, I still think they're going to win. I said it, Rockets in 6. It's looking like Lakers in 6. So we'll see.
Yeah, I picked like Rockets in 5. I think that's brutal. But another one that's brutal for me is Nuggets T-Wolves. Geez, we just finished at the end of that.
Game 3 we just finished.
T-Wolves.
And my T-Wolves, they're cooking. I don't know. I had a good feeling. It's only game 3 right now, but Anthony Edwards got injured, so I didn't really see how he got injured, but I hope he's doing better because I have the Wolves in 6. I still think it would be tough even without Edwards. So
yeah, my pick's already lost. I had Nuggets in 5, but
no shot.
Yeah, I didn't know. Well, okay, listen. Everyone says the self-proclaimed best player in the, or not self-proclaimed, but the widespread media narrative is that Jokic is the best player in the world, and I didn't run with that. I think Shea's the best player in the world, especially after this and last season, and even the year after or before that. But yeah, I didn't think he'd just be an absolute like 0 on offense. He shot like 25% from the field tonight.
Yeah, in game 3.
Yeah, tonight in game 3. Yeah, and he was absolutely terrible. Gobert's just one-on-one defending the crap out of him. Yeah. And he can't do much. And then his shooters, I mean, Aaron Gordon was out too. That's like a little rough, I guess. But you shouldn't get blown out from start to finish. That's just like, what are you doing? Like, if he loses this first round, that's gotta be catastrophic for his like legacy. That is brutal.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see. It's just the Wolves are just. I feel like they have the team to beat the Nuggets. That's why I picked them in 6. But yeah, and then are there?
There's Spurs Trailblazers.
That's quick.
Yeah, that was. No. I mean, Wemby fell, hit his jaw, then his forehead. He's out for like probably a week. He's missing both games in Portland, I'm pretty sure. Because the NBA protocol is the first 2 days you can't do anything. Then you could start ramping up the next 24 hours and then get back to basketball activities in like 4 or 5 days. So I think in basketball activities does not mean just playing. So he's gonna be out for Portland or for the 2 games at Portland. And I think the Spurs were just not ready to lose him that game, game 2. They seemed terribly unprepared. Like De'Aaron Fox has lost the ability to take over a game for some reason. Stephen Castle is not ready to take over a game. He airballed like literally a shot 5 feet away from the basket in the clutch time. That was wide open. That was like insane. I could not even believe what I was watching. But yeah, it's just Portland, they were ready to take advantage of the Wemby injury, and they did. So I think throughout this rest of the series, it's gonna be 2-2, and then Wemby comes back and they win in like 6.
Yeah, I mean, when you take the defensive player of the year away from the basket, they're in like Denny Advia, like that's all he does. He drives.
They have a good game.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like it's just gonna draw so many people in, and then they kick out and stuff like that. So like game 3, I think the Trailblazers actually win. Game 4, Spurs win, and then Spurs close out. Same with him.
Yeah, no, and shout out Scoot. He had like 31.
Yeah, Scoot's playing well.
Yeah, Scoot killed it. Yeah, and,
he's a beast.
Yeah, no, he played freaking phenomenal. But besides that, though, that's pretty much the playoffs.
Pretty much the playoffs. Leave your comments below. Let us know like what you're thinking about the series so far. If they're good, how do you grade them? Like 1 to 10.
Just the playoffs so far.
Yeah, playoffs so far.
I'd probably say the playoffs have been like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, probably a 6.
Yeah,
nothing crazy.
Knicks Hawks has been damn good.
I think it's cool like that. Like the Trailblazers won, and like I don't know, there's some upset stuff going on, but the games haven't been that close. Other than the Knicks.
Yeah,
Hawks.
Knicks Hawks has been it. Trailblazers Spurs that one or game 2, that was close, but that's like it. I don't really think like there's been any barn burners where it's just like absurd. Like the craziest game ever was like the Hornets Heat. That was like ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the best game.
Sorry to bring that up.
Just
but,
horrible though. But yeah, so basically right now we got some trivia, some NBA trivia. Are you ready, James?
Sure,
yeah.
Let's go.
I'm asking all the questions today. 1 to 10.
I didn't hear any of these. I'm unprepared. He literally just goes, let's do trivia at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a little mini trivia battle. I ask you 10 NBA playoff questions. And basically you have to let me know yes or no or what side you pick. And if you get more than me, which you're gonna ask 10 to,
I don't have any questions.
Not this one, but next podcast.
Okay.
If I get 10 less than you, like in the battle, then you completely mess up my flow. Then you win. All right. So
I don't even know what the hell's going on. All right, guys. Just ask me some damn questions.
All right. So first off, Robert Horry has more playoff games played than Michael Jordan. True or false?
Has more playoff games played than Michael Jordan?
Has Robert Horry played more playoff games than Michael Jordan?
That's true. He has 7 rings, Jordan has 6, and he's played longer career.
Yes, you are right.
Yeah.
Manu Ginobili has a higher playoff career 3-point percentage than Steph Curry. True or false?
Manu Ginobili. Playoff career 3-point percentage?
Yep. Who is a higher one? Curry or Manu?
Oh, God. Playoff. Curry missed the playoffs so much. I don't.
No, it's a percentage.
No, I know. I'm just thinking of like, I'm. This is a trick. I'm gonna go Curry.
You're right.
All right.
Curry is higher. Yep.
All right. That had to be.
Question 3. Shaq never recorded a 40-point, 20-rebound game in the finals. True or false?
Never. See, I know he had 40. I know he's had 40, but I don't know about the 20.
Has he had a 40-20 game in the finals? True or false? Yes or no?
Shaq played in 5 finals, I think. No, 6. He's playing 6. He has had a 40-20.
Yes, you're right.
Shaq's played in 6 finals.
Shaq did have one. Yep.
Yeah. All right. What do you know? What game?
No, I have no clue.
Okay.
Question 4. Scottie Pippen led the Chicago Bulls in every major stat: points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks in a playoff series. Is that true or false?
In a playoff series? That's. It's probably the year when Jordan retired, when Hakeem won the 2 chips. It's one of those years. That's true. It's probably the first year, I mean. But that's true.
Yup, you're right.
Yeah.
Dang.
Right.
I have no clue what series it was, so let us know.
It's probably one of those because Jordan wasn't in the league. So, but anyway, go on.
All right. Klay Thompson once scored 30-plus points in a playoff game without recording a single dribble. True or false?
False.
True.
What game?
Game 6.
Against my team?
I think so. That's what it's saying.
Kill me.
That's why I was laughing.
He didn't dribble. I find that tough to believe. He didn't dribble once in an entire game, and he had 30 points. I know in the Pacers game,
Apparently, it says Game 6. It doesn't say from what series, but
all right.
it says Game 6 insanity. So I'm like, which?
Yeah, that's against my fucking team.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 6, Tim Duncan was officially credited with a quadruple double in the NBA Finals.
True.
Yeah. Oh no, false.
What? Oh no, he just missed out. He just missed out on it. Yeah. He just missed out. Oh, I know. He was
that. Robbed. Correction debate.
Yeah, he just missed out on it. Oh, that's so stupid. I knew that. No, I knew that. It was blocked, right? Yeah.
All right. I actually have no clue. I just said yeah. But number 7, Allen Iverson has a higher playoff scoring average than Kobe Bryant. True or false?
This is tough.
Average.
So Kobe missed the playoffs.
No, stop talking about that.
No, hold on. I'm thinking, because if Kobe was older and he missed the playoffs when he was older, then like Kobe would have scored less in the playoffs when he was older, like LeBron's doing now. And then earlier in his career, Kobe made the playoffs. Iverson scored. I'm trying to think. I think Kobe probably scored crazy like in the middle of his career, and that boosted the hell out of it. I'm gonna go. Kobe scored higher.
False. Allen Iverson has a higher average.
What is it like?
I have no clue. It doesn't say.
Okay.
Number 8. The Houston Rockets won a championship without facing a 50-win playoff team. True or false?
It's one of the Hakeem years, obviously. I know one of their runs was easy. One of their runs was tough, though. The 6 seed run was tough. There's only the other year. I'm gonna say that's true.
False.
Fuck.
I don't know what team it was.
It was that. It was the year that wasn't when they were the 6 seed. It was I think they were first or second or something. But yeah.
This is the last question, even though it's number 9. I just don't like one of the questions. All right. Number 9.
Start off well.
Dirk Nowitzki is the only player to defeat multiple 60-win teams in a playoff run and win the championship.
The only one?
Multiple 60-point teams.
I know he did that.
But and win the championship.
The only one and win? Is he the only one? I'm gonna say, oh shit. I'd say that's the best road to a title. That's the best ring ever. But in terms of toughest competition, but I'm gonna say that's false. No, that's true. That's true.
False.
Fucking
Sean Marion, as his teammate, also did it.
No,
I'm joking.
I was like, there's no fucking way. There's like 12 players.
I made that up. No, it's true though.
Okay.
He was.
Yeah. Because you gotta think how many. There aren't that many 60-win teams. That's why it's pretty crazy. Like the Spurs and the Pistons won 60 this year.
All right, James. I think you got like 7 out of 9.
Nah, I got more wrong. Just because the Tim.
6 out.
Yeah, I got like
9?
6 probably correct.
Yeah, we'll score it up in the bottom. I forgot to keep track. But yeah, he's gonna ask me 9 questions next week, and we're gonna see how I do. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. That's about it, right?
Yeah, that's it. We're chilling.
Good little podcast.
Yeah, a good little like 35, 40 minutes.
1 a.m. in the morning, so a little tired, but we're chilling. We're getting through it. We're improving still.
Yeah, we're improving. Right? This is the Most Improved Podcast. Your host, James and
Geoff.
And we are going to come back to you in a couple days here. So I'll see y'all. Peace.